Hello and good day, all of you. Jean Henderson Pierre of the Beverage Ramble back again with you. Another Beverage Ramble edition. Yes, you're probably wondering what took you so long to do this review. I'll tell you why. From our friends at Boston Beer Company, Sam Adams Cherry Wheats. This is a fruit and field beer, not a wheat ale, despite what other sites call it. 5.3% out of 5. All right, here's the story. I've seen this beer around for a long time, even when I was living in Mobile, Alabama. When I started my review channel back in 2015, I was like, cherry wheat, I don't know. But I said, all right, I'm going to brave the elements. Besides, I need to put some content out here. So, comes in at 5.3%, 73%. Or 73 score, okay on Beer Advocate. 3.4 out of 5 on Untappd. So I guess borderline on a B minus, somewhere around there. Again, I was always on the fence about this beer. I just I've had all the other Boston beers from St. Adams. Of course, a friend of ours in the beer review group used to be on the beer review group, called Samuel Adams the Baskin Robbins of beers, because they were putting out so many beers. Now they've kind of shrunk and they've got rid of things that are not successful and kept things that are successful. They still do their holiday, they still do their variety pack, each seasonal, whatever they do. Do one for the spring, do one for the summer, one for the fall, and one around winter time or around the holiday season. So, thank goodness they got rid of one beer that wasn't successful. That was the Sam 76, which was like not good. Crisp and fruity with a hint of honey. This ale is brewed with Michigan cherries and it's light on the palate, yet full of surprising depth and flavor. Now, I do like cherries, in a cocktail. I like cherries, cherry ice cream. Cherries and beer, but then there's the Busch Light Peach I had not too long ago. So, why not? Why not? All right. Get the cherries right away in this. It's available year-round, of course. Color of hazy golden, Hallertau, and Milterfer hop varieties. 7-ounce 2-row pale, malt blend, Munich 10, and malted wheat malts that they have in this. So Michigan cherries. All right, enough. The head is pretty much gone. So let's have at it. Cheers. Definitely the cherries. Little of the honey that's in this. It's kind of way below, but the cherry flavor is really there. You get the malts. You get the hops that they use in this. I mean, it's okay. I mean, for a fruit flavored field beer, whatever you want to describe it, it's not a wheat ale. I mean, I guess again, another reason why I just chose not to go for this. I was like, I don't know. I don't know. The Tony Romo voice. I don't know, Jim. I don't know. What do you think, Jim? What do you think, Jim? Jim Nance. I don't know. It is refreshing. I mean, it's not overly heavy at 5.3%. So maybe I was unfair. I'll admit I've been a little unfair. Maybe I should have been a little more receptive towards this beer. But it's a ho hum, sort of product to have. very light, I would say, for a fruit field beer. I can see consuming this in the summer, but it'd have to be really ice cold down for me to really kind of knock a couple of these back, So, um, yeah, maybe 73 is a little bit of a low score. I would gotta raise up to maybe kind of a little higher, maybe to right at 79, 78 for a B minus or a C plus, right, borderline B minus. 73 is kind of low, but you know, it's refreshing. Again, nice color, the cherry flavor, the honey is kind of underlined. You do get some of the malts that they use, the Munich 10 and the malted wheat. Wheat beers tend to be more popular in the summertime than they are any other time of the year. But you know, but does that stop any beer drinker from trying it? In the winter or fall or spring? No. So, I mean, it's enjoyable, but 73 is a bit of a low. I would go probably B plus on this one. So, we know about Boston Beer Company, of course, started in 1984. Jim Koch, the largest craft brewery. Some say Sierra Nevada is, but that's up for debate. And some say Sweetwater, but Sweetwater distribution is kind of big, just as good. Well, I think all three: Sweetwater, Boston Beer Company, and we want to throw a New Belgium in there as well. Now they're owned by Sapporo. But the other three, as I mentioned, Boston Beer Company, Sweetwater, Health Food Company bought them out, and Sierra Nevada, still family owned. But I would say the two, Sierra Nevada and Boston Beer Company, probably the two largest craft breweries. The other two, you could go debate with New Belgium and Sweetwater. They're standing on it. But you can just get about Boston Beer Company just about anywhere. Of course, Boston Lager, which is they're very popular, which they remastered last year, came out to, I'd say, somewhat positive reviews of that one. Somewhat, but then you have, of course, they still do their, again, I mentioned the seasonals that they put out year round. I like their chocolate bock, which I haven't reviewed. I did try it, but I haven't reviewed it. I will hopefully one day. Their winter lager, their summer porch, their summer ale I've had. Their New England IPA, which I don't think they still make that anymore because I don't see it anywhere I go to the package stores around town. I don't see that around. So, but of course, the Oktoberfest, which is also a big, very popular thing too that time of year. So, Jim Koch, again, this is not a diss on Jim Koch, the owner, but I think he wears, to me, I think he's on with all the other big wigs in the boardroom and smoking the big cigars with the top hat, like, hey, what's going on, with the other big boy companies, Molson Coors, AB InBev, and, whatnot, Carlsberg. But he says he's craft beer, but, of course, they also bought out or joined partnership with, again, it's not a diss on Jim Koch. I think he's a great guy, enjoy listening to him, big fan of his, but come on, you are who you are. You are sitting with the big boys now. So, of course, Sam Calagione, the guy who owns Dogfish Head, of course, they merged the partnership. So they do just basically mostly when these mergers come together, it's always about distribution, putting out the beers in this state, that location, this location, where they never had that before. So definitely here in this area, definitely get Dogfish Head beers with ease. So, as far as this, I think 73 was a low score that Beer Advocate gave it. I think I'm going to go a little higher on this one. I think it's a 78 for me, but it's nothing really too for a wheat ale or fruit/field beer, as they like to call it. So I'll go 7.8. So this is a C plus, borderline on a B minus for the Sam Adams Cherry Wheat. I think it's good, flavorful, Very refreshing. 5.3 is not too heavy, so easy going, perfect refresher lager. So check it out. You get it anywhere. Again, it took me almost 9 years to finally do this review whenever this beer came out. So now I've finally done it, and there's my feelings about it. So leave your thoughts on the bottom. You know what you got to say. So anyway, get this anywhere you go, practice store, convenience store, grocery store. You know it. Try it. You may like it. You may not. Oh well. John Henderson Pierre, the Beverage Ramble. So you can keep on watching. As always, cheers, live, laugh, and love. Cherry wheat. Cherry wheat. Delicious. Take that back. It's okay for me. Maybe okay for you, but we shall see. All right.